What is going on, everybody? It is Lay the House RM here, and I'm sharing my picks and plays for Underdog Fantasy, Prize Picks, and regular bets as well for this Thursday, July 11th slate. Not a ton of games on today. We have some day baseball. I think there's 6 games tonight in the MLB as well. Only one WNBA game, but there is no shortage of value on the board. I'll be going through my picks and my process for coming up with these picks in this video for you guys, so stick around and hopefully you can learn a few things. First of all, let's recap yesterday. So we had a really nice win on Underdog Fantasy that I posted yesterday with Matt Olson lower on the bases, Rushman lower on the bases, and Andujar lower on the bases. $25 into $178.94. Now, this play was posted in my Discord server, so if you're not in the Discord yet, you probably missed out on this play. So if you want to join Discord, it's free to join. It's linked in the description below, and it's also in the pinned comments below. You can see how it's formatted here. You know, I have a whole section for my fantasy picks where I post plays for Sleeper, Prize Picks, Underdog Fantasy. So if we scroll up a little bit, this is where we see that play that I posted yesterday. I posted a link to the play, so if you want to tail, you could just click the link, and then it will take you right to the play in Underdog Fantasy, and you can apply it yourself. So the Discord is really the best place to be if you want to see every single one of my plays as soon as I post them, and to get ahead of any potential line movement as well. We also had another really big win yesterday on Sleeper. So I'm going to recap all of the big wins from the community yesterday before I get into the plays for today. So Skull Steve had a nice win on Underdog. Looks like 3 picks for $60, 1 push. So he probably won $30 on this play, which is a nice win. But he did win a 6-pick entry for $79.65. So nice job for you for Skull. Samaya, however you say the name, put $80 on Columbia to win. He won a $50 profit on that one, so nice win on the sports bets for him. Vigo, some nice wins on no-run first innings for the Rangers and Angels, and it looks like Rangers and Angels twice, so he hit it twice, so really nice job, Vigo. Nice win there. Skull with some more wins here. This one's on Sleeper, a 16.68x. $10 for $166.80, so nice win for him. And it looks like he won another one, $20 at 10.74 odds for $200. So really good wins for Skull there. You see some sections here, you know, for me telling him you got to post these before it locks so people can tail them because I know people want to tail it. Another win by Skull, $10 for $40.70. And then we had my plays. So I had the really big win on Sleeper, $22 or 22.53x. I put $10 in the play. Ended up with about $210 profit on this one. 5-pick non-insured entry, really nice win there. This was my win on Underdog Fantasy that I showed you guys before. And then I had one other win on Sleeper here. It was $20 to win $57.20. So really big day for us in the community yesterday. Hopefully we can turn that into some more wins for today. If you're not in Discord yet, you know, this is what it looks like. I also post, you know, challenges of the week for Underdog Fantasy, where it's free to join, and I give away some of my cash so you guys can win some on top of what you might win on Underdog Fantasy. And then I have a whole section on betting education as well and sharing all of the tools and tips that I have for you guys, all completely free. So if you want all of my content, you know, other than these videos on YouTube, my shorts on TikTok, and my posts on Twitter and things like that, the Discord is the #1 place to be. So now let's transition into looking at the value for today and seeing what's on the board. The tool that I'm going to be using today is OddsShopper.com. Honestly, it's an amazing tool. We just partnered with them this week. I've been learning all the ropes inside there, and honestly, it is the best tool out there. It's the most affordable one out there, and it does everything that OddsJam does, everything that Daily Grind does. It does everything that all these other optimizers do, and the price is cheaper. So this is why I'm endorsing them really hard right now. If you want to join, and after, you know, watching this video and seeing how we use the product here, I do have a promo code for the website. I posted the link down in the description below. I believe you get 10% off if you sign up using my code. So if you sign up using my code, they'll give you 10% off your first month. And I'm not sure if it will continue, you know, all the months throughout that, but it will give you a nice little trial into using their product. And honestly, like, this thing's amazing. This is how I came up with the 22x on Sleeper last night. So we'll just get right into it. First of all, we'll look in the Underdog Fantasy Builder. So this is like their fantasy optimizer, essentially. And it tells you which plays are the most positive EV right now on Underdog Fantasy. So that's the way I would sort with it. And if you really want, you can just click Generate, and it will create a play for you. So, like if I click Generate here, it gives me a 5-pick non-insured entry for a 20x payout. 11% EV, 5% chance to win. That's a really good value right there. you honestly could make this play if you wanted to. Under 0.5 RBIs for Schwarber, under 9.5 rebounds for Stewart, under 1.5 bases for Horner, under 6.5 strikeouts for Castillo, and under 1.5 total bases for Albies. But if we remove some of the lower values here and we go with a 3-pick non-insured, you're looking at 10% EV on a 6x payout. This is probably the best play on the board at the moment if you want to make this play. Schwarber, Stewart, and Horner. But if you want to mix in some other plays, you can as well. Like if you don't want to play any WNBA and you want to just do MLB, you could take off Stewart. You see the 2-pick entry is negative EV, so I wouldn't play a 2-pick entry. But if I took off Stewart and wanted to add another baseball play, I'll add in Castillo here. And then you're looking at 7% EV. So honestly, these are some of the top plays that you should be looking at today in the MLB. The Schwarber, Stewart, Horner, Castillo, Albies, then Cardoso for WNBA. And even plays like, these ones that are like really close to zero. So like Lindor's an okay play. Not amazing, but it's not really good, but it's okay. Same with Santander. It's getting worse as you go lower down the list. So honestly, stick to anything that's 0% or higher. So Underdog Fantasy, those are the top plays for you right now. Heading over to Prizepicks. Prizepicks usually is a little bit more difficult to find value, but it looks like there's a ton on the board today for us. There's a ton of positive EV plays. Breanna Stewart under 9.5 rebounds. You're seeing that again as a top play. So if I want to generate the number one play on Prizepicks, it will give me a, looks like 6-pick flex entry here. Since I live in Florida, I can't do a 6-pick flex entry anymore, unfortunately, so I'm going to remove the worst 2 plays here. I would do a 4-pick standard play or a power play, and even that, it's negative EV. Like, it's really hard to find really good plays on Prizepicks lately, especially with their new format here. If I remove the Albies and the Castillo, it's still, like, you put the top 2 values on the board, and it's still negative EV. So, very tough to have good plays on Prizepicks at the moment. Sometimes there's enough value on the board, like if there's enough games going on where you can have a really good positive EV play. But for right now, Prizepicks is pretty difficult for us. But if you want to make a play on Prizepicks, I would stick to these top plays here. So the Breanna Stewart, lowered 9.5 rebounds. Gomber, lowered 4.5 strikeouts. Castillo, under on the strikeouts. Oh, that's my alarm going off, telling me I need to record. Sorry about that. Albies, under on the bases. Julio, under on the bases. Smith, under bases. Baseball's all about unders. Let's be honest here. More often than not, a player is going to go under their number in baseball simply because of the variance of the game. Any player can go 0 for 4. Whereas in basketball or football, these guys are going to get their numbers. So that's why baseball, you see a lot of unders on these positive EV plays. And then the main reason for that too is the general public hates to bet overs. I had someone in the MLB channel yesterday tell me he hates betting unders in MLB, and that's why he never uses these tools. Well, I hate to break it to you, but unders are the number one value when it comes to baseball, especially if you want to look at the most value in the play. So that's why all these plays spit out unders for the most part for baseball. Basketball is not always the case. Same thing with football and the other sports as well. But just be aware of that when you're using these tools, that more likely than not, you're going to be betting unders in baseball when you're looking at value itself. And then we'll head over to sleepers. We had some really big wins on sleeper yesterday. It's the same line. That Breanna Stewart, under 9.5 rebounds. There's a reason why it's popping up in all the optimizers right now. Probably because her line is either 9 or 8.5 on all the other major sports books. So, if I was making a play on sleeper right now, let's generate their optimal play at the moment. You're looking at Stewart, Jones, Bohm, Reese, and Munoz. So, a 5-pick play on sleeper, a 25x entry payout. Honestly, I will probably make this play later in the day today and post it in the Discord server because I want to take a shot at 25x. Now, for risking purposes, normally I would risk $25 on a 3-pick non-insured entry. On a 5-pick, I'd probably stick somewhere between $10 and $5. Not risking the bank, a big part of your bankroll, not breaking the bank on it. But there is some good value on this play. If you want to drop this down to a 3, I wouldn't fault you for it. It's still 7% positive EV. There's pretty much anything you pair with that Breanna Stewart play will be positive EV, so you're going to be getting really good value on that play. So that's pretty much it for the Pick'em tools. I'll take a look at Dabble. I'm not sure if many of you guys use Dabble or not, but not much value on there. Honestly, you probably can't even get a positive EV play, and you can't see negative 3%. So really not much left to do on here. It's limited games today, so I will jump over to their market-based EV bets tool, which is just like regular sports betting. For me, I live in Florida, so I chose Florida as my state, and I can only use the Hard Rock and Fliff apps, unfortunately. So these are some of the top bets on the board for Hard Rock and Fliff. None of them are really amazing, but like for Florida, it's really tough to find value on Hard Rock and Fliff. But some of the top plays on the board right now for Hard Rock are Kyle Schwarber under on the RBIs. Obviously, these are all unders again because it's baseball. We got it over here with Austin Slater, so that's an okay play, but nothing to write home about with a 2% EV. Let me sort by EV instead of their OS rating. So, Schwarber, Rosario, we got Shane Baz under strikeouts, Swanson, Stott. And then if we want to look at another state, so say like New York, where you have a ton of sportsbooks options like FanDuel, DraftKings, there's a ton more value. Like the Slater is a really good play on DraftKings, but it's a really bad play on another sportsbook, maybe like Fliff. So you have to start looking at these things and using these tools effectively if you want to really start making money long term in sports betting and in the pick'ems. But these are the top plays on the board, like for DraftKings, and I believe that's Caesars right now. Not too sure. I'm not familiar with the app, but some good plays out there. Slater, Gosman, Blade. I personally don't use this tool too much just because, like, Florida, my options are limited, and, like, I can't even place a lot of props on these sports books anyway. Maybe I'll ride the Fliff one, see how that goes, but you could actually go and see what the results are, which is really cool. Like, compared to OddsJam, like, you see all these plays, and it doesn't tell you, like, what their results are. So if I go to MLB here and look at just basically all their results, and I click the results, they're up 2% on the total bases. This is the sample here. Up 73% in the pitching outs, but it's only on a small sample. Home runs and hits, it's down a little bit, but that's a really volatile long shot plays. And then, like, total RBIs, it's up quite a bit. Same with total strikeouts. So it's a very profitable tool. I'll be honest with you guys. If you are making a large number of bets, you will end up profitable in the long term. Like, look at Hard Rock here. Hard Rock, it's profitable on pretty much every single prop other than total hits, which is just a small sample. So really cool tools over at OddsShopper. Really like what they're doing over there. So basically, what you want to take away from this video, if you want to sign up for OddsShopper here and get access to all these optimizers, I posted a link in the description below and in the pinned comment below as well. Join the Discord server, the Lata House RM Discord server. Great place to be if you want to see all of my plays. I post them pretty much as soon as I make them. So, like you see, I'll tag the daily fantasy roll if it's a daily fantasy play. I'll tag the sports bets roll if it's a sports betting play, so you can get a notification as soon as I make the play. But that's basically it for this video. If you want to sign up for OddsShopper, give it a shot. If you want to join Discord, it's free to join. I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end of this video. If you have any questions or if there are any plays that you're interested in, drop them in the comments below. Best of luck on your plays today, and appreciate the support. Thanks, guys.